this side project, my kids want me to turn that old bow rider section into some sort of movie theater seating using all this scrap wood. Let's see what we can do. The basic plan here is to raise this up about maybe 12 inches off the ground, build a wooden platform here to cover this gap. They plan on just getting some basic outdoor seat cushions to put down and sit on it. I've got some leftover beadboarding that I think I can wrap around the edge of it to cover up the legs and supports I'll build underneath. I've still got the original teak piece that goes here. They either want to find or build some sort of bin to keep drinks or snacks in for that. Their plan is to basically put their backs up against this and their feet up here, so the movie would be in that direction. Like outdoors, we put a sheet up on the garage and we'll watch black and white movies or older movies, and I think that's just, they want something interesting. So I've got the scrap wood that I've held on to for a while and I'm not doing anything with. Definitely wouldn't do this project at today's wood prices if I had to go buy it, but I've got it. So we'll take some measurements here and we'll see what we can do. I think it's totally doable. Just might take a little bit of time. Okay, so far what I've done is I had some old 4x4 posts left over, just chunks of them. I had enough to make 4 12-inch long pieces, so at least the center structure is up off the ground 12 inches, and then the 2x6s are going to support along the outside, and I'll have to sort of cut them to match that angle and get them up underneath. Really the important part is that I get them under this edge. So, but I'd like to try to get a little bit of strength out of this side, so if I can notch it here and then follow the angle up, I'll probably do that. And I'll do 1 here, 1 on the other side, and probably 2 at the front for a total of 4 on the outside as well. So let's cut some of these and see what this looks like. Here's the first of those outside support legs I was talking about. So I cut down the back side and then underneath, so it's resting on the 2x6, but it's also got some back support and coming down. And that is right along the outside edge of that seat. So I think we're good there. The next ones that go on the outside towards the front, those will get curved this way to support that back a little bit, but with this corner here, I didn't really need any back support. So we'll do 1 more of these and then we'll move on to the front. All right, here's what we've done for the front. Just under the bow, I guess there's a flat portion here, just in front of that little tray. Came down, stabilized those against the 2 inner legs, so that's semi-triangulated at least. We got both of these back runners are now in on either side. They're going right up against the tub and then down, sit on pockets. It's pretty stable according to her. So we're gonna go ahead and probably move on to filling in that gap right here so we have more seating surface. Now we've got the seat supports in to widen the whole seating area. It is removable. It'll come right up out. It has 1 brace that actually goes to all the way to the ground right at the entrance there. Other than that, it's just braced with 2x4s underneath it. Right across that gap. It's about a 5-degree gap on either side, so they're 13 and 3/8 up top, 13 on the bottom. 2 of those. And the cushions will go there. So now, basically, I'm ready to do some sort of wrap around the outside. And I'll show you what I got for that. Okay, the basic idea for the outside is this leftover wainscoting that I have. We'll go around so it's sort of shaped, I guess. And it will have the horizontal sort of wooden boat hull look to it. What do you think? Yeah, yeah, real enthused. So glad I did that. And then some cushions on the inside and this thing will be done. Here's the end of day 1 on what has now become a multi-day project instead of a 1-day project. I've got all the wainscoting / ship siding on. I did have a good wood piece to trim out the bow, which is fine. I'm probably gonna get some outside corner trim and go across the top and around all that, and down each corner here, some outside corner trim, that'll work. I did end up putting it on a piece of scrap OSB that I had, just because one of my kids came up with a good point. It should be on rollers so they can move it easier. So One of the reasons this is now going to be a 2-day project, at least, is because I need to go to the Harbor Freight and get some locking casters for this. I'm thinking maybe a couple of their furniture dollies here, and maybe up front, the 2 locking casters. But we'll see. So I will end up cutting out this so that that'll still be ground level. You don't need that piece of OSB. Then we still have we have primed, but not painted, the board that goes across to give us more seating area. I need to put a hinge on that so it flips up instead of just removing. That was their call, not mine, but I think I've got a hinge, so we could probably do that. So paint, hinge, cut that out. Some outside trim pieces all the way around, and casters / rollers. At least a couple of them are gonna lock, otherwise it will be like a ship on the sea. It'll just drift in one direction down the driveway. Here is the port side. And then I believe the final plan is she wants to paint water or waves on the bottom, which I'm out. She's the artist, not me. She can have at it. But we're getting there. So I guess stay tuned for part 2, and hopefully this gets finished. My 1-day, now 2-day, possibly 3-day project. So either way, the outdoor boat movie theater seat is coming right along. We'll see you next time.